It's kind of weird. I'm kind of nervous and I kind of have to pee. Okay. Hello, everyone. It is an honor to stand before you and give this departing speech. However, before I would like to start, I want to have a moment of silence for those who have passed during this pandemic. I would also like to take a moment to recognize the current conflict in Palestine and the genocide of the Uyghurs and concentration camps in China, the rising racial violence against the Asian and Pacific Islander communities, and the lasting fight against systematic oppression and police brutality in brown and black communities. I also feel like topics like sex trafficking and abortion laws should be talked about a lot more. There may seem like there is no end to this reoccurring cycle of hatred and suffering. However, there is hope in the youth. Going back to the true tone and happy tone of today, congratulations to the class of 2021. This year has been filled with amazing accomplishments from both students and faculty alike. Aspiring singer/rapper, the artist Ram, making music, he's doing amazing. He's currently working on his second album and wish for you the best. This year, we have two women taking up the mantle of principal this year, Miss Kazran and Miss Weeder. Couldn't be prouder. And to one of my best friends, Noe Franco, he is pursuing the military, and specifically, he wants to be a part of the Marines. So, as we begin to near towards the end of high school and getting our diplomas, I can't help but reminisce about my first time at Gateway. When I first joined Gateway High School, I thought it would be like a lot of schools and movies. Super cliche, jocks picking on nerds, attractive teachers, you know, the usual. However, none of these are really apparent at Gateway. Well, maybe except Mr. Woolgar. But surprisingly, Gateway did actually have a lot of other high school movie cliches as well. We did have that one really crazy couple that just wouldn't stop making out in the hallways, no matter how hard it was to get into class. And it was really awkward when you'd make eye contact. However, I digress. I want to talk about the importance of perseverance and not giving up. Throughout life, we are often faced with various difficult obstacles and challenges. We figuratively and literally define life as moving forward as growing. However, when we are faced with these conflicts, it feels as if we stop right in our tracks. When we get stuck, we become fixated on these emotions as doubt and confliction begin to swell in our brain. The feelings of stagnancy and complacency puts your reality on pause, while it begins to feel harder to move. It makes you want to give up, and sometimes you might. Sylvester Stallone, or Rocky, once said, "It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving." This advice is probably the most single-handed reason why I'd lose in a fight to him. It's pretty much the only reason. This quote embodies the perseverance and resilience of the class of 2021. Throughout our 4 years of high school, we have struggled and persevered with every single obstacle that was thrown our way. First, it was the SAT and ACTs. Next, it was Mr. Heisman's Tuesday morning breath. Then there were the AP exams, which the class of 2021 did amazing well on, by the way. We have a lot of people that scored in between 2s and 5s. I mean, I think that's amazing in itself, as usual, because Gateway is pretty awesome. So, not too shabby. Then one of the most challenging and annoying obstacles, which is actually probably sitting through and paying attention to one of Maestro Reagan's Spanish lessons. It's really, really hard. 8 total semesters, but last but not least, we not only survived, but we absolutely killed our senior year in the pandemic. When I get old like my parents, I can't wait to tell my kids I went to school in a pandemic, so I don't really care if your stomach hurts, you're going to school. That leads us to the end of our senior year. That's it. That's the end. It's bittersweet, isn't it? Throughout all of our ups and downs, it was truly one of the best times and the worst of times. And I cherished every single moment of it with all of you. Thank you for these amazing 4 years. Before I leave you, I know, I have a few more things I'd like to share. Firstly, I want to say rest in peace to Mr. Baroya. Although I never made a connection with you, being around you and knowing your energy and passion that you had and you admit for all your students, I know that you would give anything to be here watching your students graduate. And lastly, I want to give a huge thanks to the teachers for being supportive, awesome, amazing, and some of my best friends, especially Mr. Tillis. Yeah. So, and also lastly, I would like to say thank you to my parents, my mom and my dad. You've supported me through everything, and I wouldn't trade you guys for the world. I would also want to say thank you to my grandma. I'm not sure if she can hear me, but I love you. And last but not least, to my mentor, Antoine, who is responsible for shaping me into the person I am today. I don't know where I'd be without you. And for anyone who's wondering, he's 30-ish, Aries, single, so maybe. James Lick Middle School too. Almost principal, but yeah. So finally, I would want to share with you guys some words that I hold near and dear to my heart to end the speech with. When you feel like you're near pushing your limits, just remember, go beyond plus ultra.